The 19th of September, 2023, 5 a.m. in the morning. Two figures move through a quiet house in Jackson County, Indiana. One wears a ski mask. The other doesn't bother. They know where the safe is. They know the code. Within minutes, they're loading guns and jewelry into bags. The homeowner, Marsha Allen, is 3 states away in Tennessee. She wakes up at 8 a.m., checks her phone, and watches the burglary happening in real time through her new security cameras. By 10 a.m. the next day, police are at the door of 29-year-old Stephen White. They have him on camera. His face, his car. The detective shows him the screenshot. Stephen starts making excuses.
This is my car.
Somebody stole his
from me
car.
on Sunday night.
He doesn't know anything about it. But the detective has something else. A second person in the footage. Stephen's husband. And Stephen knows they're going to talk to him next. So Stephen makes a decision. He tells the truth, sort of.
So you're saying it wasn't him? No. It was somebody else then. Because that person does have a mask on. Yep. I'm just smoking another cigarette. I'll explain the whole thing. It's ugly. Because that lady is the lady who told me to go get this. Her name's Marsha Buxton. And she asked me to go get that because her husband, Harold Allen, passed away of unknown causes in December.
He admits he was inside the house. He admits he took the guns. And then, unprompted, he says something the detective isn't expecting. That lady is the lady who told me to go get this. Her name is Marsha Allen, and she asked me to get that because her husband, Harold Allen, passed away of unknown causes in December. The detective pauses. Harold Allen died 9 months ago. In December 2022, the death was investigated. An autopsy was performed. The cause of death was listed as a heart condition. Natural causes, case closed. Stephen keeps talking.
This one is a murderer, okay? I know that. I have not gone to nobody and said anything because I don't have no proof on it. This woman's a psychopath. And I'm telling you guys that right now.
He describes a night in December. A root beer float. Harold drinking it. An hour later, he's saying he doesn't feel right. He goes to bed. By morning, he's dead. Stephen says Marsha gave him the safe code. Told him to take the guns before Harold's family could fight for them in court. Told him she'd pay him $3,000.
She told me, and I already deleted all the messages, like she asked me to say, I'll give you $3,000 if you can go to my house. Gave me the safe code. She said, you can go down there, you can get this, and I need it all taken somewhere, please, because his brothers is trying to get into my house and they want to take me to court and take all of Harold's guns and everything.
But now Stephen thinks he's being set up.
She told me to go on Monday night and Tuesday night, and it sounds to me like she's setting me up real quick.
The detective listens and opens a murder investigation into a death that was never supposed to be investigated again. Because if Stephen is telling the truth, Harold Allen didn't die of a heart attack. Someone killed him, and then lived in that house for 9 months, collected life insurance, published a book about grief, and nearly got away with it, until a burglar broke in and accidentally solved a murder. Harold Allen was 52 years old. Friends called him Peanut. He worked as a laborer at a car parts manufacturer. Steady job, showed up every day, loved to work on his truck and his motorcycle. Everyone who knew him said the same thing. He was kind, easy to get along with. The type of guy who'd help you move furniture without asking why. He'd been married to Marsha for 3 years. They'd gone to high school together in the same small Indiana town, but never knew each other back then. At their 30-year reunion, they got to talking, started dating, got married. Marsha said it felt like fate. Harold loved spending time with her. They'd take weekend trips, go out to dinner. He'd come home from work and she'd have dinner waiting. On the surface, it looked like a good marriage. Marsha had a daughter from a previous relationship, Ashley Jones, 30 years old. She'd been married before to a man named Tyson Jones. He died suddenly in 2019. heart problems. Ashley moved to Florida for a while, then New Mexico. But in August 2022, she asked if she could move back in with her mother and Harold. She had 2 young daughters, needed help. Harold said yes. He told Ashley he'd never had the chance to be a father or a grandfather. He was happy to have the girls in the house. Lieutenant Adam Nicholson investigated Harold's death in December 2022. He remembers the kind of person Harold was. Everybody that Harold worked with, his family, friends, all those people.
Said he was a very loving husband. He was a good friend. He was a good coworker. He was the kind of person that everyone seemed to like.
Harold had health problems. He was diabetic, insulin dependent. He also had a heart condition, calcifying constrictive pericarditis. It's rare, but it was documented. His doctors knew about it. He was managing it. But in the months before his death, he'd been to the emergency room a few times. Stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea, blood in his stool. The ER doctors diagnosed him with diverticulitis, sent him home, told him to rest, drink fluids. He did, but he kept getting sick. On the 19th of December, 2022, Harold came home from work. He'd stopped on the way to pick up wood pellets for the stove, to keep the house warm, for Marsha, for Ashley, for the grandkids. That was the last normal thing Harold Allen ever did. The next morning, December 20th, Marsha called 911.
911.
Yeah, this is 3287 North State Road 135. My husband's in our bedroom floor. He's non-responsive.
Is he breathing?
No, he's not.
Okay, hold on. Did you find him like that?
Yeah, I work from home and I went back there to check on him because he's been sick. And then when I went back there, he was just laying on the floor like he was trying to get up and go to the bathroom or something. And he's not breathing.
Okay. Do you want to start CPR if I help you?
Yeah, I could do that.
The dispatcher walked her through CPR. Marsha tried, but Harold was already gone. He was 52 years old. The autopsy was completed on the 18th of January, 2023. The cause of death, calcifying constrictive pericarditis, the heart condition Harold had been living with. The medical examiner noted that Harold had low levels of opioid painkillers in his system, but they were prescribed. For chronic pain, nothing unusual. The autopsy was signed, the death certificate was filed. Harold's family began making funeral arrangements. His wife was grieving. His stepdaughter was devastated. His 2 step-granddaughters had lost the man who'd welcomed them into his home just 4 months earlier. The case was closed. But 9 months later, a burglar would tell police a story about a root beer float, about a woman who wanted her husband dead, about a poisoning no one had investigated. And Lieutenant Nicholson would make a phone call to the hospital. He'd ask if they still had any tissue from Harold Allen's autopsy, any blood samples, anything that could be tested. The hospital said yes. They keep organ tissue for 1 year after an autopsy.
So once we find out about Harold's death, we have to contact the hospital and ask them about the autopsy and receiving the autopsy or the coroner's office. And we learn at that point that this autopsy, they had removed Harold's heart and still had heart tissue at the hospital. We learned that the hospital keeps any organ tissue that they remove during an autopsy. They keep that for 1 year. So we were within that 1 year. We were pushing 1 year, but we were still within that 1 year. So we had the heart tissue, and we also had the blood that was taken from the autopsy. So we were able to hand deliver the heart tissue and his blood to a lab in Philadelphia. Ultimately, we were able to determine that at the time of Harold Allen's death, he did have ethylene glycol in his system.
And confirmed what the burglar had said all along. Harold Allen didn't die of a heart attack. He was poisoned. If you're still here, thank you for bearing witness to this story. I'm curious, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your location in the comments. Now, back to what happened next. Stephen White isn't done talking. He tells the detectives everything. How Marsha contacted him months after Harold's death. How she said Harold's brothers were trying to take her to court, trying to get his guns, his property. She needed the evidence gone before they could file paperwork. She told him the safe code, told him exactly when to go. Monday night or Tuesday night, while she was out of state, in Tennessee, with her parents. Stephen thought it was strange, but Marsha offered him $3,000 and he needed the money. He met up with Kane Napier, the man in the ski mask. Kane said no names. Made Stephen turn off his phone, unplug his Bluetooth. Kane directed him through the house like he'd been briefed. But now Stephen realizes something. Marsha set up cameras right before the burglary, brand new security system. She told people it was because money had gone missing from the safe earlier that year. Said she wanted to keep an eye on her cats while traveling. Stephen thinks she wanted him on camera, wanted proof of a burglary, so she could claim everything was stolen. Collect insurance, maybe pin Harold's death on an intruder if questions ever came up.
It sounds to me like she's setting me up real quick.
Detective Nicholson listens to all of this and brings Marsha Allen in for an interview on September 20th, the day after the burglary. She talks about the stolen items.
I had like maybe $15,000 to $20,000 in there. But when I went back to put it back into my savings, I only had like $4,000 left.
And it was in the safe?
It was in the safe. And I didn't have cameras at the time, so I couldn't prove anything.
But the only person, I think you told the detective at one point that knew that.
Ashley and my husband.
Was the reason for the cameras because the money went missing?
No.
Or just...
I had never left my cats alone for that long before. And I had a bad feeling. I thought maybe one of them would have died or something. And I felt bad if I didn't know about it. And I got them to keep an eye on my cats.
Mm-hmm.
I never in my life would have thought I would have caught anybody coming in the house. That shocked me.
Especially somebody you know. And
I didn't know who it was. It scared me. I'm still scared. That's why I got the security surveillance cameras, because every time I hear a noise, I jump.
Is there any reason you think anyone else, or maybe even Ashley would have wanted to hurt Harold?
No, not
no reason. Maybe.
I thought things were fine. Obviously, they weren't. I had no idea. If I'd even had an inkling, I wouldn't even let them in the house.
I'm just, trying to put two and two together. Like the money was missing, she got the money. Maybe she knew that there was a life policy. And
the life policy wasn't that big. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Was he mean to you? Was he mean to her?
No.
He wasn't mean to the kids or anything like that, where she would have had some kind of way or some reason for any kind of retaliation.
I don't understand.
Okay.
Before she leaves, the detective asks her about Harold's death. Marsha says it was his heart. He'd been sick for a while, going to the ER. The doctors said diverticulitis. Then he just collapsed one morning. She found him on the bedroom floor.
Just from the messages alone, not including other stuff that is going to come to light, but that something was done to him. We're really trying to wrap our minds around it too, because unless these messages mean something totally different, but if you know that she did something, I don't want you, and I know it's your daughter, and I have kids, I have 3 daughters, I have 1 son, and I know how hard that would be. They're young, mine, not as old as Ashley, so my kids haven't had the chance to betray me the way that your daughter has betrayed you. And I can't imagine being in that situation that you're in, but I just want you to know that we are talking to you first, and if you do know something that she did, to make sure that you tell me today, because when we talk to her, I don't think she's going to hold back. You're human. Everyone makes mistakes. And if, my feeling is if it was a mistake, Then we need to know
I
that.
have a feeling that things are twisted.
Why you think that?
Since she's a child, she'll say things. And I always call it telling the truth without telling the truth. She'll say something, make it sound like she's joking or something, but actually telling the truth.
The detective asks if she'll consent to a phone download. Let them pull her text messages, her emails, her search history. Marsha agrees, signs the consent form, leaves the station. The detectives start going through her phone, and within hours, they know Stephen was telling the truth. There are text messages between Marsha and Ashley, hundreds of them, talking about Harold's health, about his hospital visits, about waiting for something to reach its climax. There are Amazon orders for seeds, for plants. Strange purchases that don't make sense until you look them up. Pong pong seeds, water hemlock, foxglove, all poisonous. And there's one more order. The 14th of December, 2022, 6 days before Harold died. Ethylene glycol, half a gallon, shipped to the house. On September 20th, while Marsha is being interviewed about the burglary, the phone records show something else. She deletes every single text message with Ashley, every conversation, every Amazon link, every mention of Harold's illness. She does it while sitting in the police station, thinking no one will notice. But deleted messages can be recovered, and the detectives recover all of them. On the 16th of October, 2023, they execute a search warrant at Marsha Allen's house.
How's it going, Marsha? We're here today because we got a search warrant for your house, okay, to go through some stuff. I know you probably feel a little bit maybe intimidated with all the officers here.
Well, no, because I'm nothing to hide. I don't know.
Before I ask you anything, though, I want to make sure you understand your rights, okay? Then I can talk to you.
They seize her computers, her tablets, every device in the home, and they bring her back in for a second interview. This time, they have questions she can't answer. They tried to kill him 4 times. The first attempt was in September 2022, 1 month after Ashley moved in with her 2 daughters. She ordered pong-pong seeds on eBay. Small, unremarkable, incredibly toxic. In October, Marsha texted Ashley when the package arrived. Yay! Harold got sick, went to the ER. The doctors diagnosed him with stomach issues, sent him home. He recovered. The second attempt was in November. Marsha and Ashley texted about foxglove seeds. Marsha said she could get them at Walmart. They're sold as decorative plants, pretty flowers, deadly if ingested. Ashley replied, "Those are traceable." Marsha responded, "If they look for it, lol." On November 28th, Marsha texted Ashley,
"So you said I am irritated and can't sleep."
"I need this to be over. It's hanging on by threads. He's mean and narcissistic." Ashley replied, "And it is hanging on by a thread. It's so long because he's big, moves slow, and has to build." Marsha wrote back, "I wish it would reach its climax and be done, lol." Ashley agreed. 2 days later, Harold showed up at the ER with vomiting, fever, and chills, the symptoms of foxglove poisoning. The doctors treated him for the flu. He went home, survived. The third attempt was in December. Ashley ordered a water hemlock plant.
"I think you ordered something for her." She says you can't touch the plant when they come, just saying, gloves. You say laugh out loud, that's what I was going to tell you also. You will need gloves.
Yeah, those are the plants that were in the basement.
She said, aha. I think you said, aha. She said, oh, I know, I'll need to wear gloves and have some time alone to prepare the root.
One of the most toxic plants in North America. Marsha prepared it wearing gloves, put it in Harold's chili, his Sprite, his margarita. Harold got sick again, blood in his stool, severe stomach pain. The ER diagnosed him with diverticulitis. He survived. Then came ethylene glycol, antifreeze, colorless, odorless, lethal. On December 14th, the order was placed. Ashley sent Marsha the tracking information. Marsha responded, "How much do you need?" Ashley replied with the details. Marsha sent her $32 through Cash App. On December 17th, Ashley texted, "Mail is here." On December 19th, the package was delivered. That night, Harold came home from work. He'd stopped to pick up wood pellets for the stove, to keep the house warm, for his wife, for his stepdaughter, for the 2 little girls who called him Pop. Marsha made him something to drink. By the next morning, Harold was dead. Harold worked that day, December 19th, a full shift at the car parts plant. Came home tired. He stopped for wood pellets on the way, carried them inside, probably kissed his wife hello, probably asked how her day was. He had no idea she'd been waiting for a package. No idea what was in his drink that night. The autopsy showed low levels of opioids. From his prescribed pain medication, it showed a heart condition, which was real, which he'd been managing. But the autopsy didn't test for ethylene glycol, because no one suspected poisoning. Why would they? Harold died at home. His wife called 911. She tried CPR. There was no reason to think it was anything but natural causes, until a burglar broke in 9 months later and told police to look closer. Now they knew what to look for, and the lab in Philadelphia confirmed it. Ethylene glycol. In his heart tissue, in his blood, Harold Allen was murdered. On October 16th, Marsha Allen sits across from Detective Nicholson for the second time. He opens his laptop, pulls up the recovered text messages, and asks her to explain. The interview room is small, cinder block walls, a table between them, fluorescent lights overhead. Marsha sits with her arms crossed. She's been here before, but this time is different. The detective shows her a screenshot. A text exchange from December. "How much do you need?" Marsha sent it to Ashley. Right after Ashley sent her an Amazon order confirmation for ethylene glycol. Marsha says Ashley asks her for money all the time, mostly for cigarettes.
And then this is you to her. It says, "How much do you need?"
She asks me for money all the time, mainly it's for cigarettes.
She never looks at what Ashley orders, just sends the money. The detective shows her another message.
This is on November 28th.
Mm-hmm.
"Can't sleep peacefully. I need this to be over. It's hanging on by threads," and he's mean and narcissistic. Like, It's hanging on by threads. What's it's?
My nerves.
He snaps and acts all sweet and innocent, like I am being mean to him for days now.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, "And it is hanging on by a thread. It's so long because he's big. Moves slow and has to build." You say, "I wish it would reach its climax and be done, LOL. She says, "Agreed." She said, "Close though, it's sentence, then that."
Marsha has no answer for that. The detective tells her the messages were deleted. September 20th. While she was being interviewed about the burglary, the phone records show exactly when, down to the minute. Marsha looks down, says she doesn't remember deleting anything. The detective says they recovered everything anyway. He shows her the foxglove conversation. Those are traceable. If they look for it, lol. He shows her the text from December 17th. "Mail is here." He shows her the Cash App transaction. $32. Sent to Ashley. The same day the ethylene glycol was ordered. He tells her Harold's heart tissue tested positive for ethylene glycol. That's what killed him, not his heart condition. Marsha doesn't confess, doesn't admit to anything. She says Ashley must have done it. She says she didn't know, but her phone tells a different story. The messages go back months: September, October, November, December. Marsha and Ashley talking in code. About it. About Harold's dark energy. About something demonic they needed to get rid of. Ashley would send Marsha links to cleansing candles, to Bible verses about exorcism. Marsha would respond with concerns that whatever was inside Harold might attach itself to the grandchildren. Ashley reassured her, "We'll make sure that doesn't happen."
I always ignored that stuff, which I probably shouldn't have.
And then it says it's looking for someone to attach itself to, and then she talks about the grandchildren, and you say, "Well, we'll make that's not going to happen. Like, we'll make sure that doesn't happen. But at this time, whatever's trying to attach or attack the grandchildren is in him, according to the messages. Like, it's in him. And
she's always said that, but I've never believed it.
And she thought that was some kind of demon that was in him?
She's always talked about stuff like that. I just never paid attention to it.
But beneath the talk of demons, there was something else, a clearer motive. Money. Harold's life insurance. $64,000 to Marsha. Another $50,000 for funeral expenses. The house, worth $350,000. His truck, his motorcycle, his guns, everything he owned. Marsha and Ashley had been planning to sell it all. Split the proceeds. Start over. But Harold's life insurance didn't all go to Marsha. Part of it went to his brother. And Harold's family was asking questions, wanting access to his property, wanting to go through his things. That's when Marsha came up with the burglary. Get rid of the guns before the family could claim them. Make it look like a robbery. Collect insurance on the stolen items. She didn't count on Stephen White telling the police everything. Harold had no idea. While Marsha was texting Ashley about poisons, Harold was picking up extra shifts at work. While they were waiting for Amazon packages, Harold was playing with his step-granddaughters in the living room. While they were talking about his dark energy, Harold was asking Marsha what she wanted for Christmas. He trusted her completely. That trust killed him. This case raises questions that don't have easy answers. How does someone hide this kind of darkness? How do the people closest to them miss the signs? If you've been affected by a story like this, or if you have thoughts on what we've learned, I'd like to hear from you in the comments. Marsha Allen leaves the police station on the 16th of October 2023. She hasn't been arrested, but the detectives have shown her everything. The text messages, the Amazon orders, the deleted conversations, the ethylene glycol in Harold's heart tissue. She knows what's coming. That evening, Marsha dies by suicide. The next morning, October 17th, Detective Nicholson faces a decision. Ashley Jones is scheduled for an interview. She's flying in from New Mexico. She doesn't know her mother is dead yet. He decides not to tell her. Not before the interview.
So we were going to interview Ashley Jones on October the 17th, and which is the day after her mother just passed away. So Ashley Jones didn't know that Marsha had passed away yet. And we had a decision to make then. Do we tell Ashley about her mother, or do we interview her first and then tell her after the interview? And it was my decision to not tell her before the interview. And the reason that I chose that decision is because I wanted the truth in the interview. I didn't want to give her an out as far as being able to push this on her mom, who she knew had already passed away.
Ashley arrives at the station. She's calm, cooperative. She sits down across from the detective and answers his questions. She says Harold was nice, didn't talk much, loved the girls. She doesn't know what he died from. Her mom didn't really say.
We'll be with you in just a minute.
All right.
What was your relationship like with Harold?
He was nice.
Okay.
He didn't really talk much,
Mm-hmm.
But
What did he pass away from?
I don't know. Mom didn't really say.
Was she having financial problems?
She said he would just blow through money, make $4,000 a month, and barely get by.
Talking about Harold?
Yeah.
The detective asks about their relationship. Ashley says it was good. Sometimes her mum's moods would flip. She'd get snappy. Ashley thought it was just stress. The detective shows her a screenshot, a text message. The 14th of December, 2022, an Amazon order for ethylene glycol. Ashley sent the tracking code to her mother. Ashley says her mum asks her to order things all the time. She doesn't always know what it is. The detective shows her another message. How much do you need? That's Marsha asking Ashley about the ethylene glycol. Ashley pauses, then starts to shift. Says her mum dragged her into things. always has, since she was a child. The detective shows her the foxglove conversation. Those are traceable. If they look for it, lol. Ashley admits it. She ordered the ethylene glycol. Her mom sent her $32 through Cash App. She ordered the foxglove seeds too. Her mom kept asking for help, kept saying she couldn't live this way, that she'd never be free.
For that woman, I just do what she asks and always have since I was a child.
Was she concerned that it wasn't working?
Yeah.
What concerns?
She said, I'm never going to be free. And I'm like, okay, that's because it's not supposed to be. She kept begging for the same help. She kept saying, I can't live this way. And it was the same repetitive cycle. It was until she gets sedated, she doesn't stop, and she'll make life's hell if she doesn't get what she wants.
Ashley says her mother believed Harold was possessed, that something demonic was inside him, that it was going to attack the grandchildren. Ashley thought it was just her mum dissociating, creating a character for the parts of Harold she didn't like. But she helped anyway, ordered the poisons, sent the tracking codes. The detective asks if she knew what her mother was going to do with the ethylene glycol. Ashley says, yes, she knew. Ashley had been through this before. In 2019, her husband, Tyson Jones, died suddenly. Heart problems. It happened days after he received an inheritance from his great-grandfather. Ashley had his body cremated quickly, before the family could ask for an autopsy, before anyone could ask questions. Tyson's uncle later told reporters he believed something was wrong, but there was no proof, just suspicion, just another heart attack in a family that seemed surrounded by them.
She had his body cremated, quick, fast, and in a hurry, so before the family could even ask for an autopsy or to have anything done about it.
The detective listens to Ashley blame her mother for everything, cast herself as the victim, the manipulated daughter who just wanted to make her mum happy. But Marsha is dead, and Ashley doesn't know it yet. She's confessed to conspiracy to commit murder, on tape, recorded, signed, and she has no idea that the one person she's trying to blame isn't alive to defend herself. The interview continues for 53 minutes. Ashley admits to ordering the ethylene glycol, the foxglove seeds, the water hemlock plant. She admits her mother sent her money through Cash App. She admits she knew what the poisons were for, but she insists she was manipulated, controlled, that her mother made life hell if she didn't comply. The detective shows her more messages. November 28th. I need this to be over. It's hanging on by threads. Ashley's response. And it is hanging on by a thread. It's so long because he's big, moves slow and has to build. That's not the language of someone being coerced. That's someone actively participating, waiting, watching Harold get sicker, joking about how long the poison was taking to work. The detective shows her the text from December 17th. Mail is here. The smiley face, the excitement. The ethylene glycol had arrived. Harold had 3 days left to live. Ashley has no answer for that. Detective Nicholson would later describe the messages that stuck with him the most, the ones where Marsha and Ashley laughed, used LOL, while Harold was in the emergency room suffering.
Some of the messages that stick out to us the most is probably the LOLs, laugh out loud, smiley face emojis, when Harold is suffering and, you know, in severe pain, or even at the ER because they're trying to kill him and they're laughing about it. I remember there being a text message where Ashley laughed that the ER staff sent him home. Her text message was LOL, they dismissed him, or they dismissed him, LOL, one of the two. But she was like, she couldn't believe, like just laughing that the hospital staff basically dismissed him from the hospital and let him go home. And they had gotten away again with trying to kill him.
They were laughing while Harold was dying. The interview ends. Ashley thinks she's going home, that she's cooperated, told the truth. Maybe they'll go after her mother now, leave her alone. Then another detective walks in.
So I'm here to talk to you about something completely different.
Okay.
Okay? It's not going to be an easy conversation. Okay? After your mom was here yesterday and spoke with us, we got a call to go check on her welfare at her home. And she's passed away.
What?
She passed away.
What happened?
Without going into a lot of detail,
What you can tell me?
it appeared that there was something ingested possibly, and passed away on her bed.
Ashley breaks down, starts crying. Then the detective tells her she's under arrest for murder.
So we wanted to tell you in person that you are under the arrest for the murder of Harold, okay? And conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder.
She's led out in handcuffs. But the story doesn't end there. In April 2024, while awaiting trial, Ashley Jones gives a letter to a fellow inmate, asks her to smuggle it out of the jail. The inmate takes it directly to the police. The letter contains a prayer list, names of people Ashley once prayed for. Except it's not a prayer list, it's a hit list. Stephen White, the burglar who told police about Harold's murder, Kane Napier, his accomplice, and Ashley's own fiancée, Ashley Nears, along with her child. The police wire the inmate, send her back in. Ashley talks, describes what she wants: a high-powered rifle, 2 shots to the back of the neck, severs every nerve, kills instantly.
With a high-powered rifle right there, in the back of the neck.
Was a high-powered rifle mentioned and maybe 2 shots to the neck?
Okay, right here, she said, can your people get guns with scopes, high-powered rifle? Right here, severs every nerve and kills you instantly. Right here. Okay, I mean,
So
right
that's
here.
how she was wanting these
She
people
touched
taken
me.
out.
Ashley specifically.
The inmate gets Ashley to write another letter, with addresses, with a map, with details. Ashley doesn't know she's being recorded.
This is Stephen White's mother. This is her handwriting, not mine.
So she wrote all this?
Yes. This is the layout of the apartment building where she's wanting them to shoot. Because I told her about the trial.
Who was she wanting her to shoot?
Ashley Neves, and she said take out the little girl. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Did she say why
Ashley?
she wanted Ashley Neves taken out?
Because she said she was there when she poisoned Harold.
Lieutenant Nicholson reflects on what kind of person could do this. The messages that stick out to us the most is probably the lols, laugh out loud, smiley face emojis when Harold is suffering and in severe pain, or even at the ER. Because they're trying to kill him and they're laughing about it. He believes this wasn't the first time, that Marsha and Ashley had done this before, that the pattern of men dying of heart problems around them wasn't coincidence.
Ashley Jones had been married before. Her husband died of heart problems. Marsha Allen was living with a man in Crothersville, which is also in Jackson County, and he died of heart problems. So it was like this continuously, like it seemed like the men that they were around were dying, and they all were dying of heart problems. I believe that they have done this before, and I have no doubts if they weren't stopped and if they weren't caught, they would have kept doing it and probably done it again already.
In 2025, Ashley Jones pleads guilty to level 1 felony conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder. She's sentenced to 50 years in prison. She'll be 80 years old before she's eligible for release. Stephen White and Kane Napier plead guilty to burglary, 1,095 days. Time served. They walk free. Ashley will die behind bars. Detective Nicholson calls it the biggest sentence Jackson County has ever delivered. Justice. At least for Harold. At least partially.
And I am very, very happy with the 50-year sentence. I think that the 50-year sentence is probably the biggest sentence that anyone in Jackson County has ever received.
Marsha Allen escaped it. Ashley Jones is currently serving her sentence at a maximum security facility in Indiana. She's appealed twice. Both appeals have been denied. she'll spend the rest of her life in prison. Marsha Allen is buried in the same town where she murdered her husband. She never faced trial, never answered for what she did. The book she published about surviving the loss of a spouse is still available on Amazon. The date of Harold's death is wrong in it. Investigators believe it was written by AI, one final attempt to profit from the man she killed. Harold Allen's family had to learn the truth 9 months after they buried him. That his death wasn't natural, that his wife poisoned him, that his stepdaughter helped, that they laughed about it while he suffered. If not for the burglary, they would never have known. The case was closed. The autopsy was signed. Harold's death was filed as natural causes. Marsha would have gotten away with it. Stephen White broke into a house to steal guns and accidentally solved a murder. Lieutenant Nicholson remembers Harold the way everyone else does.
He loved his family. He was a hardworking man. You know, he wasn't a rich man. He worked every day of his life. He worked the night that he was killed. He worked that day. And on his way home from work, he stopped to get wood pellets for the stove to keep the house warm for his wife and stepdaughter.
To repay him for that kindness, they killed him. Jackson County is a small town. Everyone knows everybody. These kinds of things aren't supposed to happen here, but they do. And sometimes the only reason we find out is because someone breaks in looking for something else. Harold's name was Harold Allen. He was 52 years old. He was kind. He was trusting. And he deserved so much better than this. This case, like so many others, leaves us with questions that may never have satisfying answers. Not about guilt that was decided in court, but about how someone becomes capable of this. How trust can be so completely betrayed. If this story mattered to you, if you stayed until the end, thank you. These cases deserve to be told carefully, and viewers like you make that possible. If you'd like to see more investigations like this one, subscribe. I'll be back soon with another case. Until then, remember the people this was really about.